see right through me. How do you do that ish? How do you do that ish? How do you? Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all hit that like button and make sure when you go out the video, hit that hype button during survival. You know what I'm saying? Now we off into a whole nother world. You know what I mean? Like dealing with the Will Smith best friend, Bolao, and the whole hospital and the things that he went through. I'm starting to break out. I got pimples like it's the night before prom. I got the prom night pimple coming, pure survival. So I'm all for that. I know he out of the hospital now, thank goodness. So now, Nicki Minaj, y'all all seen her. Some people say she sold her soul for a freak off jelly roll. Um, some people say they support the fact that she went and let it be known and announced that she's a part of the MAGA, the part of the MAGA movement. You know what I mean? That Nicki Minaj doesn't have a problem with ICE, unaliving people and getting away with it. Allegedly she's cool with that. Clearly, you know what I'm saying? And they put in a petition to get Nicki Minaj out the country. And I don't know if she's still in the country, if she out the country, whatever the case may be. I haven't heard from her since they put in the petition to get her and her butt implants up out the country. But now we have D.L. Hughley. Shout out to D.L. Hughley and D.L. Hughley's birthmark. And shout out to Vlad TV for this iconic interview with D.L. Hughley. And D.L. Hughley just out of nowhere, I'm talking about he cooked Nicki Minaj. He calling her boyfriend, husband, whoever that dude is, a child molester, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then he out of nowhere exposed Donald Trump allegedly being on the Epstein files, getting a 14-year-old girl pregnant. Allegedly, that's what's in the Epstein's files. I had no idea until D.L. Hughley and D.L. Hughley's birthmark just exposed that. So shout out to D.L. Hughley and D.L. Hughley's birthmark. And if y'all wondering what birthmark I'm talking about, y'all remember back when D.L. Hughley first came out, he was doing stand-up, and he always had, it looked like it was a beard, but it was really a birthmark. You know what I'm saying? But listen how D.L. Hughley go in on Nicki Minaj.
Like when Nicki Minaj went to Turning Point and started talking and it was the whole Epstein list was happening when she was at Turning Point, which is a weird thing because first off, Charlie Kirk despised her. Charlie Kirk she was everything he despised. Yeah. She believed she was bad for black women, like black young people, and she was here illegally. So she was everything she despised, and then she was talking about Christianity and all.
And y'all remember that when she sat there with Charlie Kirk's wife, we all knew that Charlie Kirk couldn't stand Nicki Minaj, pure survival. Charlie Kirk was saying she was a bad influence for black women, and he was saying that she was here illegal. What are you even doing in this country? So her sitting down with Charlie Kirk's wife and talking about how handsome Donald Trump and Donald Trump's clip on Toupee was, it blew everybody's mind because it's like Charlie Kirk didn't even bang with you, Nicki Minaj. He didn't even bang with you. You know what I'm saying? And then she said something about Christianity. Listen to this.
Bad for black women, like black young people, and she was here illegally. So she was everything she despised, and then she was talking about Christianity and all that. The funny thing to me is, she said something about Gavin Newsom. The one thing for sure is Gavin Newsom ain't on the Epstein list. He's not at all, and she don't need to worry about Gavin Newsom. What she do, she need to worry about Chris Hansen. She need to worry about.
Wow. So D.L. Hughley and D.L. Hughley's birthmark said that Nicki Minaj need to be worried about Chris Hansen. And if you know who Chris Hansen is, shout out to Chris Hansen, Pure Survival. Chris Hansen is the guy who was the producer, the face, the everything of How to Catch a Predator. Chris Hansen. You remember how when Chris Hansen would walk in the room and he'd be like the little girl would be like the predators show up at the house and the little girl would be like, I made you some cookies. One need tea. I'll be downstairs just waiting in the kitchen. And these motherfuckers would be eating the cookies and Chris Hansen would come in there and he'd be like, so how does it taste? And they be scared as hell. So he pretty much called a Nicki Minaj boyfriend a predator, a child sex predator. So he need to be worried about Chris Hansen. Listen to him.
Gavin Newsom ain't on the Epstein list. He's not at all. And she don't need to worry about Gavin Newsom. What she do, she need to worry about Chris Hansen. She need to worry about. You sitting up there pretending as if you care about children, trans or otherwise, and your husband is a registered sex offender, and your brother is a sex offender. I'm like, I bet you what, kids are safer being trans than at your house.
Wow. He said kids are safer being trans children than being safer at Nicki Minaj's house. He said Nicki Minaj's boyfriend is a registered child sex offender, and her brother is a registered child sex offender. Wow.
She shouldn't be able to allow. She should be. Her trick or treating must be in a sheriff station parking lot. She should be able to watch New Kids on the Block. She can have Cabbage Patch Kids. She can have Sour Patch Kids. But it's these people that contort their logic while you're glorifying a dude who's credibly on the Epstein list. There's a girl, a 14-year-old girl. There in documentation, this man invited a 45-year-old man invited 14-year-old girls to parties. Who does that?
Wow. He said Donald Trump invited a 14-year-old girl to party with him. This is crazy, guys. Listen to D.L. Hughley.
And then there came a baby and they threw it in the middle, they aborted it and threw it in the middle of the ocean. Stop. So anybody with these pretenses of morality about anything else, tell me how much you love kids, while you sit there with somebody who brutalizes them like that, is the most asinine thing I've ever said in my life.
So you're saying that Trump got a 14-year-old pregnant and then
I'm saying that the Epstein files allege that. I'm not saying it. I don't have to say it. They said it.
Wow. So he's saying the Epstein files alleged that Donald Trump and Donald Trump's clip-on toupee had a 14-year-old girl pregnant and they aborted it. I don't know what's true or what's not, but this is pure survival.